All right, I wanted to make a video. This is actually going to be really short. Is just to help people if you are doing audiobooks or anything where the exportation of your audio needs to be a specific sample rate or bit rate, whatever have you. I just wanted to go over that. And again, I am on a Universal Audio X4. It's the Apollo X4. I actually have the first generation, not the second generation. And I'm just going to show you like when I export the settings that I use. So if you are an ACX user, so ACX is the website that if you want to do audiobooks, if you're a narrator like me on ACX and you want to export your audio, it has to be an MP3. And then it also must be at 44.1 kilohertz for your sample rate. So I'm going to go over that and how to make sure that is correct. And again, this is for my setup. If your setup is similar, cool. If it's not, you can take kind of some of the information that I'm talking about and apply it to your setup. But I'm just going to go over it right now and then let you, what have you in the comment section so you can figure out what you need to do to get your setup correct. So first of all, again, I am in Luna. It is the software of Universal Audio. And so right now, if you go to the very bottom of the screen, you can see that it is in 44.1. The interface is in 44.1. And then I'm going to use the shortcut Option Command B. And then it's going to pull up my audio file settings right here. Now, if you look at it, it says file type is WAV. Sample rate is 48 kilohertz and the bit depth is 24 bits. All right. So as I said earlier, for ACX, if you want to be a narrator on Audible, you want to get books on Audible, you need to be able to export in MP3. So if we go to MP3, I just clicked on Wave. I click on MP3. You'll see my options are now file type MP3. Encoding is CBR, which stands for constant bit rate. The other option is VBR, which is variable bit rate. And then the bit rate is 320 kilobits per second. Fun fact, the little b stands for bits and the big B is bytes. So most people are probably familiar with this with like your internet. Your internet might be a certain amount of kilobits or bytes. I forget which one it is, but don't let your internet provider confuse you on which one it is. There's a big difference. I think 1 bit or 1 byte is like 8 bits. So if they say you have like 100 gigabits, that's like you divide that number by 8, and that's how many bytes you actually have. I believe that's correct. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but so yeah. This is the setting if I just go to MP3. So I was recently having a problem with exporting, and ACX was like, "Hey, this is it's MP3, but it's in 48 kilohertz." I'm like, "There's no way. There's no way it's in 48 kilohertz because I'm going down here to my interface and it's telling me I'm in 44.1 kilohertz. So you're wrong." But if you go back to Wave, you'll see it's in 48 kilohertz. All you have to do is click the sample rate, click on 44.1 kilohertz, and you go back to Wave in export in the MP3, and it will be in 44.1. Something like just the overthinking in me when I first encountered this problem, what I was doing was I was exporting the Wave in 44.1, and then I like brought that back into Luna and then exported it as an MP3. But you don't need to do that. So I usually record in 96 kilohertz. If you watch my podcast, Romero Records podcast with Bobby Osinski, he talks about how everybody should record in 96 kilohertz. Like, he was like 44.1 should be banned, but he's like, at a minimum, record at 48 kilohertz. But I usually record audio at 96 kilohertz. And so usually this right here is at 96. So if I go to do an audiobook, I have to remember, oh, this needs to be in 44.1. So once I put this in 44.1, I usually do this. I'm going to show you what happens. So if I want to record 96 kilohertz, I click the 96. Okay, so I actually went to 96 and I just kept talking and recording, and it actually cut out on me from OBS. OBS's side cut out because I believe OBS can't do 96 kilohertz for a sample rate. I'm going to guess it can only do 48 and lower. It might be just 44.1, but I like put this into my DaVinci Resolve to edit this video and completely lost all the audio. So I put this back in 44.1, and this is like the second time I'm recording this. But I think I covered everything earlier. I kept talking for like another couple minutes and I have no idea what I was talking about earlier, but I think I already solved or shown you the solving of this problem is make sure that your file type, wave, and then sample rate 44.1 is correct here. And then you can go to MP3 and export it. All right. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them in the comment section. Subscribe to this video or subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if you have any comments about like another DAW that might have these features, again, this is specialized to the Luna software and also the Apollo interface because they're both made by UAD. Pro Tools has their own like interface and DAW, so they probably have their own thing like the what's it called, HDX or something. I forgot what it is, but yeah. So if you have any kind of particular situations, maybe they can be solved by this kind of same situation. And oh yeah, somebody sent me an email one time, and I was just checking my spam email and noticed it was in there that they had a question about something. I replied to it, but it was like months later. Like they sent it to me and like 2 months later I saw it. So apologies about that, but I will check my spam more often. So if I don't get back to you in an email, just know it went to my spam and I apologize, but I've been checking it like way more often ever since that happened. Because if I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it, and I want to actually be true to that, because that's why people come to my YouTube, is I'm authentic. You know, I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you like my mistakes. Like I could have faked the mess up earlier with the 96 kilohertz, but I'm telling you I messed up on that, so you'll know what happens when you switch from 96 back to 44.1. So again, questions, comments, concerns, please leave them, send me an email, all that good stuff. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, all those keywords. All right. Peace.